Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest and Horse Trailer Sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We are Cimarron and Logan dealers, so if you're looking for a brand new trailer, those are the two brands that we carry. And then if you're looking for anything used, we carry anything from small bumper poles to big LQs that we take in on trade or we buy outright. So this is actually an example of a custom built trailer that one of my coworkers built with a customer. So they took one of our inventory slots that we had for trailers and they customized the trailer behind me to suit their individual needs. The cool thing about carrying both Logan and Cimarron is that they are custom built trailer companies. So you can really customize these units to be exactly what you need. You know, if you need maybe a 5-horse in this instead of a 4-horse, or if you want to do a hay pod instead of a hay rack, those are all options that you can pick and choose from. We get a lot of our ideas for future builds and for inventory options off of what customers actually spec and build themselves. So it's really cool that we can work with these customers that know exactly what they want and they are willing to wait just a little bit of time to take one of these trailers home that meets their needs. So let's go ahead and look at the floor plan on this one and we can walk through some of the specs here. So this is a trailer that's 23 feet 3 on the floor, so that's a 23'3" box. It's 8 foot wide, 7'4" tall, so you can definitely fit some big horses in here. We've got a 5.5 foot front tack, which is gonna allow for 2 swing out saddle racks. Really, really nice setup here. This is a trailer that somebody can throw some good sized horses in, have lots of storage, and they're gonna be really happy pulling something like this down the road. So for the rest of the trailer here, we've got a lot of cool features that we're gonna run through. Let's kind of start up under the nose here and we can work our way back. So the first thing I wanna point out is this lion's head warranty here. So Cimarron itself has a really great warranty that they stand behind. They're essentially a 3-year hitch to bumper, 8-year structural, but your tires and wheels themselves actually have their own warranty on them. So even if you have a blowout that first year, there's no excuses, they will cover it. So if you hit something on the side of the road, have a blowout, need a new tire replaced, we can contact Beth at Lion's Head and she'll get a new one coming your way. It's got 2 years of roadside assistance and 5-year against any manufacturer defects. So really great warranties just on the tires themselves. And then Cimarron obviously really stands behind that product. It's one of the reasons we carry our Cimarron trailers. We know that we've got a really great system to stand behind us so that we can be confident in the product that we carry. Speaking of those wheels and tires, every Cimarron comes standard with aluminum wheels. You can do a silver spoke or black spoke. But if you want, we've also got, if you go up in tire size, you can do like those SRW wheels or those Alcoas. So we've got some cool options for the different size wheels and tires you've got. This one in particular has 16-inch load range E, so 10-ply tires under there, which is going to be plenty for this trailer that we're pulling around. As we work our way over here, this one just has a standard crank jack. Now, the cool thing is, if somebody wants to, they've already got it wired for a battery, they've got half the hard part done, they can swap out this manual jack here for an electric over hydraulic at any point in the future. Spare tires already located far enough away, so we have enough room to make that swap without having to relocate tires here. But it's something that a lot of people will go in and swap later on. Maybe that's a nice upgrade that they'll do a couple years down the road. This has a really nice aluminum battery box here with a battery disconnect. The battery's wired hot, so that means when she's not hooked up to her truck, this customer can actually use the lights on the interior and the exterior without having to have its own power source. So as long as your battery's charged up, you're gonna have some nice lights in there. If you run down the road with your truck, if your charge wire is working on your vehicle, then if you have this lit up to green, so on, it's gonna allow the 12-volt supply from your truck to charge up your battery as you drive. One of the biggest things that we see for trailers is battery maintenance. It seems like a lot of people will forget to turn off some of their lights, which is going to run their battery down. If you do that in the middle of winter, it's really hard on those batteries. You can't ever bring them back to what they were, and that's the number one reason that we end up having to replace a lot of batteries on trailers. So having this battery disconnect is a really nice option. It just cuts power to that battery so that if you do have a manger light on, an interior light, it's not going to be drawing power from it. It's going to cut all that power to those lights. So just a nice little safety feature. If you are not using your trailer a lot in the winter, it's really nice to do a little maintainer or make sure you pull that battery out and get it charged up every now and again when you're in the winter time. Just keep it nice and happy. Over here you do have your manual crank for your jack, and then you've got a nice little storage place for that 7-pin there. So good setup under here. You're 8 wide, you've got lots of room. So as we work our way around here, you've got 2 windows up in the nose of this trailer, so you can get some nice cross breeze going, which we'll see when we get inside. This is a VP style nose, so we can do a wraparound style nose. We do it on a lot of our living quarters, but this VP style is it's the standard option, something that you'll see on most of our inventory trailers. As we work our way around here, this is where you guys are going to see this really cool tack room. So trailers go through a lot of phases. So the trailer industry, there's a lot of fads that we see come in and out, and a lot of them still stick around. So like closet tacks were really popular a couple years ago. We still carry a lot of closet tacks. People love them. Trainers tacks are something that we always see. But this is a setup that we've been doing a lot more of, and people have been really receptive to it. They love the functionality of this dual swing out tack room. So what we've done here is we have a 5.5-foot short wall, which gives us enough room to have 2 swing out saddle racks, 2 big 42-inch wide doors. You've got blanket bars on each door, as well as brush boxes. And then you've got this nice fold up step, which helps you get in and out of the tack room easily. But as you'll see in here, you've got lots and lots of room. And the reason that people really like these dual tack setups is because they can tack up horses on either side. So chances are you've got a 4-horse trailer, you're probably going with someone. There are cases where you're hauling 4 of your own, but it's a lot nicer to be able to split the horses on either side and have tack for these horses on this side, tack for horses on that side. And then instead of going out in and out of the same exact entrance as whoever you're riding with, you've got separate doors, so you're not walking all over the top of each other. Your horses aren't crowded in. It's just a really nice option if you've got multiple people tacking out of this trailer. I like it because 4 horses on one side gets a little tight. If you've got some horses that maybe aren't so friendly, you can split them up and you don't have to walk all the way around your trailer to tack them up. So just really expedites the process, makes it really simple to use. On this particular trailer, we've got this one not only just braced for an AC, but they actually added a 13.5 BTU AC with heat strips. So this is something that you can add to your trailers if you're at a show or you're using it for trail rides and maybe you're just throwing a mattress up in the nose. You can get nice and cool, bring a little portable generator. If you're somewhere with hookups, this is going to keep this nice and cool to get ready. It's just a really great option. We do these ACs on quite a few trailers. It's a lot cheaper to do it at the factory than it is to do after the fact. So if you think you're one of those people that really wants an AC unit on your trailer, have us spec it out during the build process, and I'm sure you'll be happy that we did it then. So since we've got that AC, we've also got a 30 amp package on this one, which means you've got some outlets here so that if you need to charge up your phone or run a small little electronic or something, you've got some outlets that you can use right there. Talked about those 2 windows up in the nose earlier. It's going to let a nice cross breeze through, so if you're not running your AC, it's just going to make it really comfortable in here. And then on this particular one, since we've got a 5.5-foot short wall, we've got the option to do this nice half boot box here. Now a lot of people, if they want the boot box to go all the way across, they'll want to add just a few more inches here, but it gives you plenty of storage, makes it so much easier to get up and down into that nose of that trailer. Right here, we've got a nice little shelf with clothes rod underneath. These shelves are something that people really like. They like the high quality of it. They're nice and sturdy. And then having this nice hanging space for all your show shirts and jackets is just a really, really great option. On the floor here, you've got nice rubber mats. We've got a couple different options for floors now. You can either do carpet, which is standard, the rubber mats, which we do on a lot of our trailers, and then we've got a rubber tread that's seamless that we've been putting in a lot of our new trailers as well. So you've got different options for that. I've even seen people go in and worm their front tack rooms if they're doing the back area, but this is probably what we do on most of our trailers, is this rubber mat. It's really easy to clean. And then right here, you've got your swing outs. So this person opted for 3 tiers per side. Now you've got the ability, if you just want to carry 4 saddles all the time, you don't need that extra tier. You can keep it off the order. If you needed to add an extra one to these, that's always an option as well. And then these are movable. So if you need to have a little bit more space for one saddle, not quite so much for the others, then you can move these up and down to suit your needs. Right behind that, we've got a nice big corner water tank, 25-gallon stand. It's got a hose, so you can bring your water from home. If you need some water to wash the horses off after you're done riding them, you've got water on board. You don't have to worry about toting around big jugs. And then something that we do on a lot of our trailers here, especially our inventory ones, is we carpeted this whole partition wall. Now, we find that a lot of people end up shoving all their trunks and boxes right up against this wall here. And Cimarron has these nice white aluminum sheets. So the last thing we want is for it to look like something's just been scratching up those sheets. This carpet really protects everything. It protects your investment in your bridles and bits because they're not swinging back and forth on metal. They've got nice carpeting to rest against. Keeps it a lot quieter for your horses on the other side. So it's a really great option. Something that I always recommend to my customers when they're building their trailers. Just carpet this whole wall from the get-go and have it done. And then on this side over here, you've got your other swing out. That's an example of how it looks when it is swung out. So really, really nice. You still have plenty of room to walk by on these trailers. And that's one of the reasons people love these Cimarron swing outs. We do a big 42-inch wide door when we do these, and it gives you plenty of room to get by. If you've got bigger saddles, they don't get hung up on the door as they're working their way out. On this one, we've got nice big OptiBrite lights over each door. You've got switches on either side, so if you come in from this side, you don't have to walk all the way across to go hit up one of the other lights. Really good setup on this. You'll see this on a lot of our inventory trailers. Nice fold down step. We've got that on the other side as well. On this side over here, Cimarron runs their extrusions up on the horse area. Not only does it give it a really clean, sleek appearance, you're not going to see the rivets. They use a heavy-duty 3M tape, which allows the aluminum to expand and contract underneath, and it's also stronger than metal fasteners. But these triple hollow slats actually add quite a bit of strength to the sidewalls of these trailers. So anytime you can give something a radius, you're adding strength to the side of the trailer, which is going to help keep your trailer up for years and years to come. On this particular one, they opted for bus windows on the hip side. We've got several different options for that as well. You can do drop downs. I mean, you can decide where you want your drop down. So if you only wanted a drop on the first, that's always an option. If you want air gaps instead with plexi, something that we also do. So you've got a lot of flexibility in what you do there. So we work our way up a little higher. We've got that nice 16-inch awning light. Those awning lights are going to throw off tons of light. So if you're tacking up at night, you're going to be able to see exactly what you're doing. And they're LED, so they're going to have a lot lower power draw and last a lot longer. And as we work our way up to the hay rack here, that is a 6-foot sheeted hay rack, and they do a color match, which is really nice, so it looks nice and sleek. We've got several different options for those hay racks. This one they opted for a 6-foot, but we've also got a 9-foot variation. And I mentioned at the beginning, we can also do hay pods. So if you're somebody that wants covered storage, we can always look at a hay pod option as well. Underneath this trailer, you're running on 2 7,000-pound rubber torsion axles. So plenty of axle underneath this trailer for what they're hauling. then as we work our way around here, get to the stall area, which is a lot of people's favorite parts. On this particular setup, they opted for a 60/40, which on an 8-foot wide gives you tons of space to walk those horses in and out without even having to worry about opening that other door. If you do have some horses, maybe need a little more coaxing, you can always swing that one over, clip it back, and it gives you plenty of room to work with to get those horses in and out. On this left-hand door here, we've got our easy angle ladder, and people absolutely love these ladders that Cimarron does. They slide on this nice track here, makes it really, really easy to climb right up the side. You're not going straight vertical up the side of the trailer, which makes it feel a lot safer. I know people are a huge fan of those ladders. On this 60 door here, we've got a nice big bus window, which is gonna let a lot of air move through, and then you've got kick mats on the lower portion. So we're gonna work our way into the stall area now. We've got a nice big butt strap that runs across the back here. Now, if they had opted for a broom closet or a folding rear tack, which we see in a lot of trailers, you'd probably just have a butt bar here. If you're a person that thinks that they might not always run with that rear tack and they still want a safety feature here, you can always opt for both the strap and the butt bar, and the bar. Yep. In the actual stall area here, we've got 2 partial dividers as well as a stud divider. We've made sure that we've added enough room on this last stall so that if they ever had to run with these dividers open, you've got enough room. You don't have to worry about them getting hung up on that rear door there. And then these customers opted for some mangers on these last 3 stalls. So these are 18-inch deep mangers, which you'll see on the other side. We've got plenty of storage underneath. But those mangers are really nice because if you want to throw feed or water buckets up there, you've got a nice place for them to eat off without having to worry about hay bags. These are bar type padded dividers. They're going to add a lot of airflow, but they're also going to make it so that if you've got horses that are a little bit more nervous, they can see their buddies. They know that they're not going somewhere alone. So I know a lot of people opt for those bar types for that reason. And since we are 8 wide, you do have wheel well on the inside. So standard is 6'10" wide. You're gonna have no wheel wells on those. And as we work our way out, you get more and more wheel well on the inside here. This is a really nice option for those bigger horses. Get a little bit more space. Full divider on this first one. And that's gonna make it so that if you ever have to run with some storage up here, maybe you don't wanna crawl up and put your hay up top, you can throw a bunch of hay up in this first stall. It's not going to slide back into those horses' legs. If you've got a horse that maybe is a little bit naughty, not super friendly, but a good stall for them to ride in because they can't intimidate those horses next to them by kicking. Roof vents over each stall. They are 2-way roof vents, so you can either push them forward and it's going to suck air in, or you can push them back and it's going to let hot air out. So a lot of people have it down to a science. For your own individual trailers, you can get a lot of airflow moving through these Cimarrons. On top of airflow, this Cimarron also comes standard with an insulated FiberTech roof. So every single Cimarron ever built is going to have one of these roofs on it. And we love these roofs because they're very dent resistant. So if you live in hail country, it's going to make it so that you don't have to file a claim every time the hail comes through. But they also keep it so much cooler in this stall area. If we're walking around here out on the lot on a really hot day, over 100 degrees, first thing I'm going to take people to is a Cimarron, and then I'm going to go to a competing brand with an aluminum sheeted roof and have them step in one of those. And the difference you get in heat is just absolutely amazing. Even if I only had maybe one drop down open here and the store closed, it's still going to be a nice comfortable temperature. Horses put off a lot of heat, so we want them to have as much airflow and cool air in here as possible. And by having an insulated roof that doesn't transfer all that heat through, it really, really helps. So as we work our way around here, On this side over here, you've got the swing outs on that side. So we talked about earlier, you can tack your horses up on either side of this trailer and have really easy access to the stall area or to the tack room. On this one in particular, you've got drops on the head. That's what comes standard, but if you ever wanted to do slats, we always have that option as well. This one in particular, these customers opted to put these window screens on here, and they're riveted on there, so they're nice and secure. Your horse isn't going to be able to just grab on and rip them right off. A lot of people are adding these screens now. I know that there's been a lot of controversy recently on how to protect those horses as you're driving down the road, but it is an option that Cimarron has. They can screen those windows, which is really nice. We've got big manger door on this side here. And these mangers, they're 18 inches deep and they go all the way through. We've got lights on each door so you can kind of see what you're doing if you're using these. And on this particular trailer, the customer opted to do a big manger door here, skip a door here, so they didn't feel like they needed one here, and then do another access right over here. So that's always an option. On a lot of our bigger trailers, we might not always do a manger door for every stall. And if you don't think you're gonna need it, it's just a nice way for you to save some money. But you can see that there's a lot of flexibility even in these manger setups. On this first stall here, we do have an escape door. It's a little bit smaller drop down window, but you'll notice this is still a very big drop down. So this is still the size of most competitor windows here. So you can get a lot of air moving through these drop downs. Everything is pushed against the side here. So we've got these little pop sockets here, which is gonna keep those nice and secure against the side of the trailer as you're traveling. And these are heavy duty drop downs. There's a lot of framing behind these windows, which means you're gonna have them hold up really well over time. This escape door does have a paddle latch as well as a butterfly latch, so you're gonna have two options for securement here. Anytime a horse has access to the outside, they're gonna want that butterfly on it for safety. So if you do ever think you're gonna need your escape door, make sure you undo that butterfly latch before you walk a horse in there. And something you'll notice on all of their doors here is they've got these grease zerk hinges. Cimarron builds a really good door, and if you get yourself a little grease gun, you can maintain it for years and years to come. Those grease zerks allow you to get grease forced down in there, keep those doors moving really well, and if you maintain your Cimarrons, the resale value on them is really high, and you're going to be able to use them for a very, very long time. Another fold down step on the tack room here, and another set of swing out blanket bars. It's a really nice little option. And then as you pan up top there, you'll see you've got that other 16-inch awning light. As we work our way around to the front here, I'll get you guys a stock number. This one is a sold unit. So this was one that was built and ordered specifically for a customer. However, if you've fallen in love with this trailer, we can duplicate it. If you have any changes you can make, it's really nice. We can pull up the spec and drawing and see what you might want to do a little bit different. If you go to our website, you might be able to check it out. It's 5N230617. If not, just give us that stock number. We can pull up all the specs on it for you. If you guys have any questions on this trailer or any of other trailers that we've either got on order or on the lot, maybe you want to build one, you can always reach out to me. I love building these custom Cimarron trailers. My name is Callie Say. My phone number is 970-309-6368. Customers have the best ideas, so we always love getting your feedback on how we can make this brand better. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope everybody has a really great day.